Well, if you're looking for a definitive opinion on who will win tonight's game between the Thunder and Spurs, you have come to the wrong place. I'll break the game down for you, but I'll tell you guys, I'm teetering on each side of the fence, and that's why my best bet happens to be in baseball yesterday. But before I go any further, listen, the Boston Red Sox owe me big time. Because as you know, yesterday going into their game at Atlanta at Turner Field, they had lost 10 straight games. Naturally, I had the Braves yesterday as a 10-dime play. It was on the heels of cashing in with that 10-dime run line dog with the Giants 8-1 over Minnesota on Sunday, a play you got free as the charity play of the week selection. And I was feeling good. I mean, I'm up 6-1 after 4 innings. Irvin Santana's on the hill. Braves are playing some good ball. And again, the Red Sox had lost 10 straight. And Clay Buchholz, again, I don't know what's wrong with this guy, but he is not the pitcher that had been so dominant at times the past couple of years. He was just dreadful yesterday. And naturally, the Braves lost the game 8-6 as the Red Sox came roaring back. So, all you Boston Red Sox fans, you should be grateful that I took the Braves yesterday. And as for the Boston Red Sox themselves, you owe me something. Listen, money orders, cashier's checks, Macy's gift cards, something along those lines. It's fine. I understand, but you just turn to me. When you need to have that losing streak snapped, you just turn to me and I'll take care of you. Listen, today, in terms of promos, the big guy, of course, has got to be Trace Adams because he won again yesterday. It was on Sunday that he had his first ever 2,000-star play. And remember, a 1,000-star play is usually his top-rated selection. So he had his first ever 2,000-star double your wager release in the NBA of his career on Sunday when he cashed in with the Thunder in game number 3 in that blowout of the Spurs. Then yesterday, he scored with a raise the bar 1,500-star play. His Eastern Conference total of the year, which you got for just $9, with the Heat and Pacers going over the posted price. And today, he's not only going for winning day number 12 out of 15 overall, but he has another raise the bar 1,500-star release, this time his Western Conference total of the year, your game 4 over-under between the Thunder and Spurs. And I find it interesting, again, this is a guy who just hit the biggest play he's ever had in the NBA with the Spurs, with the Thunder in game number 3. And yet he thinks the best bet tonight is the total. It's the raise the bar 1,500-star winner on the total. Western Conference Finals total of the year. Save $75. Use coupon code TRACE75, T-R-A-C-E, and the number 75. And FYI, he's won 8 out of 9 of his top-rated 1,000-star plays. And this play, of course, is 50% bigger. And a little heads up for you, too. Scott Delaney, who has had a wonderful NBA postseason, and today goes for 50-dime NBA winner number 12 out of 16. He is on the opposite side of Trace's total in this contest, okay? The opposite side of Trace's total in this contest for Delaney. Now, the half-price play of the day, looking for winner number 11 out of 15 and turning for a second straight day to Jeff Benton. You know, guys, I can't even talk today. You guys know I don't pull any punches. Listen, Benton lost a 100-dime play yesterday on the Pacers. But he's won 29 out of 46 days. And in that stretch, $10 bettors are still up $8,700, and you've gotten 29 of those 45 selections, or 46 picks, I should say, at huge discounted prices. Well, today, the 4th ever 150-dime release of his career in the NBA. It's also his second biggest NBA play ever. It's your Spurs Thunder side. He is 4-1 lifetime with 150-dime releases or higher in the NBA, and you've gotten them all here in this postseason, and all of them at half price, just like today's, and that coupon code is HALF, H-A-L-F. And finally, Gabriel DuPont, you may recall on Sunday, he was the 777 triple play of the day. I'm sorry, it was Saturday, and you got a 60-dime winner, I think, of the Pacers and the Heat going over. Today he's going for winning day number 12 out of 18, but he has a much bigger play. His 100-dime max wager baseball winner number 3 in a row. It's his NL East game of the year, Nationals and Marlins. I think it's a 7:05 Eastern time start. You get it for $7.77. Why? Because I felt like it. Use simply DuPont 777. D-U-P-O-N-T, his last name and the number 777, no space between them, and you get it at a savings of $70 for $7.77. Again, if you happen to get the charity play of the week on Sunday from me for free, make your donation. All the details right here underneath the video report, because I am bound and determined to get that young lady out of Athens, New York, by the name of Rachel Wilson, that standing frame, that apparatus she's seeking to help her stand for just the second time since she was partially paralyzed in a car crash when she was 18 years old back in 2007. We have made some real inroads here, guys, and I think that we can push it over the total here. Gambling pun intended, this week. So please give the donation when you can. And again, all the details are here available underneath the video report. But as you know, when one of the charity play wins over the past couple of months, I've given you the option to benefit from it as well. You can save $125 off the purchase price of any single handicapper's 30-day package here simply by using coupon code SAVE125. And remember, if you happen to be in the middle of somebody's package, if you're halfway through a Jeff Benton package and you want to extend it out another 30 days and take advantage perhaps of any instant rebate, you can do so. Again, that coupon code is SAVE125 for any handicapper's 30-day package or longer. Or you can save $50 on the handicapper's 7-day package simply by using coupon code SAVE50. And if you ever have any questions, guys, remember, you can always turn to customer service because that's what they're paid the big money for. Yeah. Okay, let's move on. Listen, let me talk. I've got a baseball free selection for you as well. Matter of fact, a couple of baseball plays that I like more than this, but let's talk about game number 4 here. You know, going into game number 3, since game 7, the deciding game, the first round series with the Mavericks, the Spurs had won 7 of 8 games. And in that stretch, they had shot 50.9%. They had won those games by like an average of 21 points a game. They had just been on an incredible offensive roll. And as I warned you, going into game number 3, you know, Serge Ibaka was probably going to come out and do his best Willis Reed imitation, and Ibaka did exactly that, because suddenly it wasn't so easy for the paint points for the Spurs. The Spurs, who had 66 points in the paint in game number 1, 54 points in game number 2, only had 40 points in the paint in game number 3, and Ibaka played well, despite the calf injury, with 15.7 rebounds and 4 blocks. But also, as I warned you, I thought that having studied the game and read up from some of the beat writers and looked into Scotty Brooks, the Thunder's coach's comments, I thought there was going to be a change in the starting lineup, and he did make it. He put in Reggie Jackson into the starting lineup to get more offense, because really in games 1 and 2, you know, Durant and Westbrook combined for like 83 points, but they needed 80 shots to do so. And Jackson gave them a huge lift with 15 points in the starting lineup, along with 5 assists and 4 rebounds. Now, that naturally leaves the Thunder's bench pretty thin. Caron Butler, Derek Fisher, and a cast of thousands, maybe Steven Adams, who actually he played pretty well in game number 3 off the bench. But, you know, more I look at that game and I go, did the Thunder win the game? Or did the Spurs lose the game? Because this team that had won 7 of its previous 8 games, shooting nearly 51% from the field, they were dreadful shooting-wise in that contest. They shot just a tick over 39% for the game. They committed 16 turnovers. Tony Parker statistically had his second worst games in terms of production of the entire season. The only game worse was in Game 5 of the Portland series, when he had to leave after 11 minutes with a hamstring pull. That's how poorly Parker played in that game. 9 points on 4 for 13 shooting. I think he had 14 points and 12 assists in game number 1 and 24 points in game number 2, and the hamstring was supposedly healed. Parker was dreadful. Now, granted, Parker has struggled against the Thunder this year. There's a reason the Thunder went 4-0 in the regular season. Also, with Ibaka in there as a rim defender, there's a reason that the Thunder are 11-2 in the last 13 meetings straight up when Ibaka has been in the lineup. But again, is it a case of the Thunder having their last hurrah and the Spurs simply having one of those games that they were ultimately due for in game number 3? That's what makes game number 4 so intriguing for me. I think it would be very easy for me to sit here and to pull the trigger and say, go ahead and take the Thunder. They're going to square the series up at 2 apiece. But it's this particular stage. I don't know how Ibaka's leg's going to respond after that huge outing 48 hours later. Do I really think that Tony Parker is going to have a second consecutive awful game? I mean, look, Durant and Westbrook are still struggling here from the field, as they have throughout the series. I mean, yeah, they combined for 51 points in game number 3, but again, they only shot 16 for 38 from the field. Is Kawhi Leonard and Tim Duncan and Danny Green going to combine to shoot 14 for 40 as they did in game number 3? Will the Spurs turn the ball over 16 times? Will they be out-hustled and outplayed in the paint? Thus, I think that I could also find plenty of reasons to go with the Spurs in this game. I mean, I have a hunch that San Antonio wins the game tonight. You know me. Well, you know yourself. You shouldn't be betting hunches, okay? So as I told you at the outset, if you were looking for some definitive, I've laid out the game for you. I've given you both sides of the equation. I can certainly see the Thunder. A lot of people jumping on them here tonight. But at the same time, I just have a hunch that the Spurs are the better team, and they will rebound with that veteran mentality that they have. Now, for your official free picks, let's first start with the Phillies. No hit on Sunday, and naturally yesterday they beat the hell out of the Colorado Rockies, but that's baseball. They're going with Cole Hamels, who has actually pitched well in his last 3 starts, despite some high pitch counts, 26 strikeouts and 21 innings of work, and a 2.14 earned run average in that stretch. Now, George De La Rosa is going for the Rockies. He has just been scintillating. In his last 6 starts, he's gone 5-0 with a 1.85 ERA. Okay, but this is the same guy in his first 4 starts this season, went 0-3 with an earned run average over 7.5 per game. This is not Cy Young reincarnated, okay? This is not Tom Seaver reincarnated. This is George De La Rosa, okay? And you got a Rockies team that has lost 6 of its last 7 on the road, scoring a total of 9 runs in the game. It is true that the Phillies are a sub-500 team at home, but I like them in this spot with Cole Hamels, and I'm getting Hamels and the Phillies at a cheap price here at minus $1.20. So I'll go with them. The other free selection, I like Arizona tonight at home, minus $1.25 against the San Diego Padres. Am I in love with Wade Miley? No. But this is more of a play going against the Padres' Eric Stoltz, who is another one of those Padres pitchers who you put him in Petco Park, he pitches well. You put him on the road outside of San Diego's pitcher-friendly park, and it's another story entirely. And Stoltz even struggled in his last start at home against the Cubbies, giving up 6 hits and 4 runs in just 4 2/3 innings. But look, in 5 road starts, he is 0-4, and his earned run average in them 5.18. And making matters worse, the Padres, when he's been pitching in those 5 road starts 4 times, they haven't even plated a run when he's been on the hill, okay? But his road struggles shouldn't be a surprise because last year he made 18 road starts. He had a 5-9 record and his ERA was 4.77. So seeing him have an ERA a little over 5 and 5 road starts this year again, this is not new news. Arizona's won a season high 3 in a row at home. They've won 3 of their last 4 overall. The Padres have lost 6 of their last 8. I like Arizona. I'm not a fan of Wade Miley, really, to be honest with you, especially considering the Diamondbacks have lost 4 of his last 5 starts. But I'm going to go with Arizona here as your other free selection along with the Phillies. Good luck with the Thunder and Spurs. That's the best I can tell you. And for those of you, and there's probably a lot of you, that bet the Thunder at plus money in the series, if I had the Thunder in the series here, just a little advice, I would not be playing this game tonight. Absolutely would not be playing this game. Because obviously, you got the Thunder in the series. It's a must-win situation here for them tonight. So personally, if I had the Thunder in the series, I'd be betting the Thunder tonight. That would be the train of thought. But to me personally, that would be a double-dip situation. There is no financial strategy or sense in doing so because you need them to win. So let them win to get back in the series of plus money instead of taking them here tonight. Instead, personally, I would lay off the game and look for game number 5, either to remain strong in the series or look ultimately to bail out. Because if the Spurs were to win tonight, then obviously it's bailout time and then the series is over. So just a little personal commentary. I don't have any skin in this game, but in the last round, I was right there with a series play on the Thunder. And remember when they got blown out with the Clippers? And I told you many times, marching my way through the series, although I had one big play in the series later, and it was a 15-time play, in fact. Otherwise, I kind of stayed clear with it because you have to think about these things when you're betting either the favorite or the underdog in a series situation. You have to pick your spots because, again, double dipping just doesn't make any sense from my perspective. That'll do it, guys. Best of luck to you all, and I will catch you again tomorrow when we do this one more time.